Welcome to Tuesdays with the Pilgrim, as we continue our reading of Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. Today we begin Chapter 3. So here we are, Chapter 3, Part 1. Christian determined to go back. An evangelist embraced him, smiled, and wished him a blessed and successful journey. So Christian hurried along, refusing to speak to anyone on the way, even if someone asked him a question. The entire time he walked like one treading on forbidden ground. He wouldn't believe he was safe until he was back on the way which he had left to follow Mr. Worldly Wise Man's counsel. So eventually Christian arrived at the gate. Now above the gate was written, quote, "Knock and the door will be opened to you," unquote. Therefore Christian knocked more than once or twice, saying, "May I now enter here? Will he within open to poor me, though I have been an undeserving rebel? Then I will not fail to sing his lasting praise on high." At last a solemn-looking person came to the gate, whose name was Goodwill. He asked Christian who he was, where he came from, and what he wanted. Christian answered, "Here is a poor, burdened sinner. I come from the city of destruction, but am going to Mount Zion, so that I might be delivered from the wrath to come. Sir, since I have been informed that through this gate is the way there, I would like to know if you are willing to let me in." "I am willing with all my heart," Goodwill responded. With that he opened the gate. When Christian was stepping in, the man gave him a pull. "Why did you do that?" asked Christian. The man replied, "Not far from this gate stands a strong castle, of which Beelzebub is the captain. From there both he and his allies shoot at those who approach this gate, thus hoping to kill them before they can enter." Then Christian said, "I rejoice and tremble." So when he was in, the man guarding the gate asked him who directed him there. "Evangelist encouraged me to come here and knock, and I did. He told me that you, sir, would tell me what I have to do." Goodwill said, "See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." "Now I begin to reap the benefits of the risk I took," said Christian. "But why did you come by yourself?" asked Goodwill. "Because none of my neighbors could see their danger as I had seen mine." "Did any of them know you were coming here?" "Yes, my wife and children saw me first and called after me to turn back. Then some of my neighbors stood crying and called after me to return. But I put my fingers in my ears so I could continue on my way." "But did not any of them follow you and try to persuade you to turn back?" "Yes, both Obstinate and Pliable. However, when they saw that they could not succeed, Obstinate went back away scoffing. But Pliable came with me a little way." "Why didn't he continue?" "We did come together until we came to the Slough of Despond, into which we accidentally fell. Then my neighbor Pliable became discouraged and refused to venture further. He got out of the slough on the side facing his own home and told me I should go on alone and possess the blessed country for him. So he went his way and I came mine, he following Obstinate, and I on to this gate." "Oh, the poor man!" exclaimed Goodwill. "Is the celestial glory of so little value to him that he couldn't count it worth the risk of hazarding a few difficulties in order to obtain it?" "Honestly, I have told you the truth about Pliable, and if I should reveal all the truth about myself, it would appear that I am no better. It is true, he went back to his own house, but I also turned aside to go into the way of death, having been persuaded by the carnal argument of a Mr. Worldly Wise Man." Goodwill looked somewhat surprised. "Oh, did he happen to find you? How remarkable! He would have you searching for ease at the hands of Mr. Legality. Both of them are cheats. Did you take his advice?" "Yes, as far as I dared. I went to find Mr. Legality until it seemed to me that the mountain that stands by his house would fall on my head. So I was forced to stop there." "That mountain has been the death of many and will be the death of many more," said Goodwill. It is good that you escape being dashed to pieces by it." "Well," said Christian, "I surely do not know what would have become of me there if Evangelist had not come along again. I was standing there, depressed and confused, wondering what to do. But it was God's mercy that he came to me again, for if he hadn't come, I wouldn't have made it here. But here I am now, such as I am, indeed more worthy of death by that mountain than to be standing here talking with you, sir. Oh, what a blessing this is for me, that I am still allowed to enter here." Goodwill smiled and said, "We do not reject anyone from entering here, in spite of all they may have done before entering. The king says, 'Whoever comes to me, I will never drive away.' Therefore, good Christian, come with me a while, and I will show you the way you must go. Look ahead of you. Do you see this narrow way? It was constructed by the patriarchs and prophets, and by Christ and his apostles, and it is as straight as a ruler can make it. This is the way you must go." "But are there no bends or turns so a stranger might lose his way?" Christian asked. "Yes, there are many adjoining ways to this, and they are crooked and wide. But you can distinguish the right from the wrong, since only the right way is straight and narrow." Then I saw in my dream that Christian asked Goodwill if he could help him get the burden off his back, for he still had not gotten rid of it, and could not find any way to get it off without help. Goodwill told him, "As for your burden, be content to bear it until you come to the place of deliverance. There it will fall from your back by itself." Then Christian tightened his belt and began to prepare for his journey. So Goodwill told him that, after walking some distance from the gate, he would come to the house of the interpreter, at whose door he should knock. There he would be shown excellent things. Christian then said goodbye to his friend, and Goodwill wished him success on his journey. And that's the end of Chapter 3, Part 1. Next week we'll start Chapter 3, Part 2, The Interpreter's House. Until then, take care, stay safe, and God bless.